สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมครับผมครับผม
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. My voice is a little bit hoarse. As you can see, I'm still recovering from my flu. But otherwise, I'm getting better. So we shall start our meeting tonight with our first participant, which is Felicia Chan. Felicia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Hope you get well soon.
Yes, thank you.
Ajaan, my practice on equanimity is good. Awareness and wisdom remain strong when I meditate or not. I can see I have improvement every week.
Yes, you should. Go ahead.
Ajaan, I can see body and mind are two separate things. I can feel clearly when the body move or eat. I'm not in the body. I also realize mind and feeling. I also realize body, mind, and feeling are three different things. I remain peaceful, free, and mindful, just knowing, see, and hear only, not affected by delusion. I will continue to practice like this.
Yes.
Ajaan, may I know what should I take note for my practice? Thank you.
Well, you should try to maintain equanimity under all circumstances, regardless whatever happens to your body, what happens to your feelings, whatever happens to your emotion. You should not let them bother you. You should remain just knowing and not being bothered or disturbed by what they come out there. You have to see them as anicca, anatta, something you cannot control all the time. Sometimes you can control, sometimes you cannot. When you cannot, like right now, my body is sick. I cannot control it. But The mind should not be disturbed by the sickness of the body.
Thank you, Ajaan. Noted.
Okay, good. Willie,
Anumodana.
thank you. Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, Professor Ken from Switzerland. How are you?
Good afternoon, Ajaan. I'm fine, thank you. Ajaan, I have a little question of something I experienced recently. A close family member had suffered a sudden loss and was very upset about it. And when speaking to this family member, I also found I took on board the kind of sadness and sorrow that he was experiencing, like a strong empathy feeling. Whereas if it was somebody not close to me, I would be relatively neutral. So what would you say about that? Is that something would be regarded as a negative reaction, or is it more something even related to mudita, where somebody experiences something good, you are happy for them? It seems to be the opposite. Someone's sad and I feel sad for them as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, you should have equanimity, regarding to everything that you come into contact with. Everything happens and they're not under your control. To become sad or happy doesn't change things. So the best thing is to know them for what they are and let them be. But if you have to comfort them or whatever, you can always use, compassion or loving kindness. But inside your mind, you should have equanimity.
Okay.
But with your action with other people, you still want to comfort them, make them feel good, or whatever you can. So there are two separate things here. One is to look after your mind first. And the best position for your mind is to remain in equanimity with every situation. But as far as your reaction to other people, you can use loving kindness or compassion or mudita, then you use them. But if you find that it's not possible to use them, then you just remain silent.
Yeah, I did find compassion was immediate as well, although I was suddenly influenced. I was able to help, so it was okay.
Yes, but all your reaction should be based on equanimity.
Yeah. Okay.
If not, then you become sad with them, like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
You lost your equanimity. And that's because you don't see them as the natural phenomenon, anatta, no self in them.
Okay.
We just put a label on each body of us, and then we have information regarding this body, who this person is, what relationship is this person to you, and then you have this attachment to this label and information. And if you have to look on the absolute scale, you have to look at just like natural phenomena. Like a tree, the body is like a tree, really. It's made from the 4 elements, and one day it will return to the 4 elements. No matter what you do, you cannot stop this process of rising and ceasing, or birth and death. So this is what you want to teach your mind, so that your mind doesn't become overwhelmed by with things around you. The problem is we get lost in the label. We forgot to look at the absolute picture. That all bodies are just a composition of the four elements. And one day those four elements will separate, go their separate ways. Dust to dust, water to water, wind to wind, fire to fire. So this is what you want to teach your mind. Because your conventional information takes precedence or take over your absolute information. If you have the absolute information dominant, then you will not feel anything because you're just seeing just the work of nature. Things form and things deform, or things come and go, rise and cease. So you have to teach your mind to look at everything like the work of nature. So then you say, what can you do, right? You cannot stop nature. And you also have to practice a lot of meditation to have this equanimity, to remain not reactive. Sometimes you focus on this wisdom part a lot, but if you don't have equanimity, you cannot follow through with what your wisdom is telling you. So you really have to do both. Do meditation 50 of the time and mindful wisdom 50. When you come out of meditation, then you contemplate on the three characteristics, on the four elements. Everything in this world is made from the four elements. Solid, liquid, or you want to, you want to use scientific names, they are solid, liquid, and heat and gas. And they combine, they form things like trees, human bodies, animal bodies. So, but they're not stable. They keep changing, they keep moving. And then one day they will go separate ways. Everything. But in order to be able to apply this knowledge, you have to have equanimity to support your mind. So you have to practice. First, if you haven't got any equanimity, and you should concentrate more on mindfulness and meditation. Once you have equanimity, then when you come out, then you can then move from mindfulness to contemplation of the truth of the three characteristics of existence. And it alternating with going back into meditation after your mind seems to have lost your equanimity, then you go back and do more meditation. But if you haven't yet got any equanimity, then your first primary goal is to get to equanimity first. Because without equanimity, you cannot apply wisdom. Your mind will not be able to accept the truth because the defilement is still very strong inside the mind without equanimity. But you have to contemplate when you're not meditating to remind you, because we tend to forget. Our delusion keeps keeping us forgetting the truth and keeping us thinking of the conventional information. Instead, thinking of them as natural phenomena or The four elements, we keep thinking about my parents, my wife, my husband, my children, my possession. So if you think like this, then you will be afflicted when something happens to them, right?
Yeah.
But you can see all the time that they are just natural phenomena. They're just four elements. That's the purpose of contemplation, to do it so it becomes second nature to you. Whenever you see things, you see them as four elements, work of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Not brother, sister, not friends and relatives and so forth. But you also have this conventional information behind, but you doesn't come in the forefront, you know. You more or less have to have both, really.
Yeah.
Because if you only have the absolute information, then you might treat everybody like dirt. You forget that they are human.
Yeah.
They live in the conventional world. We also live with them in the conventional world. But it's just that we have extra knowledge of the world that we live in that they don't have. Okay.
Thank you, Thanajan. That's very helpful. Thank you.
All right. Next, Kok Seng from Singapore. Is my voice okay? A little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Not normal.
Yeah. Yes. Good evening, Project. Yeah. Your voice sounds very different. So I was a bit surprised. Yeah. So I don't know whether whether to proceed with asking. Hope that Ajaan you can recover early. Yeah. And yeah, please allow me to ask just one question first. And continue with the Mangala Sutra, the step numbers 6, and may I just read out? To loathe more evil and abstain from it. Second, to refrain from intoxicants. And 3, to be steadfast in virtue. Maybe Ajaan, you'd like to elaborate more on these 3 things.
What's the first one?
To loathe more evil and abstain from it.
To loathe.
Yes.
To dislike or hate. Huh?
Yes.
Evil.
Mm.
Yeah, because they're evil are harmful to you. Evil action, bad karma. Mm. So you don't want to treat them as your friend. You want to treat them as your enemy. Mm. Because if you do evil things, it will only harm you. And the second one is?
To refrain from intoxicants.
You refrain from alcohol, drinking, or nowadays you got drugs that can make your mind not mindful, then you can lose your mindfulness and not be able to control your action.
So I hope don't mind because now there are some countries they have actually legalized cannabis. So I'm a bit surprised that it may make people feel that it's okay to consume it for those countries that have legalized it.
Because it's democracy, see. They want to vote you like cannabis. So you want to please them. Then they'll re-elect you again next time. Okay.
And Buddha's instruction regarding intoxicants is that as long as any substance that will make us lose our mindfulness,
yes, lose control of your action, your body, speech, and mind. action.
Okay.
Like when you get drunk, when you drive, you are not in full control of your automobile.
Okay. And the third one, steadfast in virtue.
Keeping the sila, virtue is the sila. They steadfast in keeping the sila.
Okay. Yeah, I think
5 precepts.
Okay, I think that's all for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Prajna.
I think it's just the Buddha trying to expand the 3 practices of Dana, Sila, and Pavana in the 38 Mankala Sutta. He expanded a little more in details for people who might not be able to expand it themselves. So he was talking about keeping the Sila, the 5 precepts. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prajna.
Next, Alvin from Kuala Lumpur.
Good evening, Ajaan. I just listening. Haven't got any question at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Get Genso from Penang.
Ajaan, hope Ajaan recover soon. Yeah, no question, Ajaan.
Okay, thank you. Philip from Kuala Lumpur also.
Good evening, Ajaan. I hope you'll get well soon. I don't have any questions tonight. Thank you very much. Glad to be listening.
Okay.
Same here. Just listening.
All right. Juan Liman from Malaysia.
Ajaan, I don't have any question yet.
Okay. Belinda from Singapore.
You sound very young.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice, you sound young. Hey.
Oh, yeah, man. So it's good to be sick, huh? If you don't sound young, you get sick.
Wishing Ajaan get well soon.
I thought
no question.
Okay.
Yeah.
No question yet. Okay.
No question yet. Thank you, Ajaan.
I'll go to Sweden check. Haven't seen you a while.
Hello, Ajaan.
Where were you? Just resting? Busy?
We went to Vietnam, Ajaan.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen my parents since the 2018. I went to visit my parents.
You're from Vietnam?
No. We are from Malaysia. But they want to visit Vietnam, so we travel there to visit them.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. I love the part about the conventional and the absolute truth, Ajaan, that you just expounded just now. And first time I heard that, Ajaan, about like having the you have the absolute truth all the time, Ajaan, and then the conventional truth is behind, a little bit behind, so that you won't just not just the absolute truth, right, Ajaan?
Mm-hmm. Because if you have the absolute truth, then you can stop all your attachment or your cravings towards things. If you see everything as anicca, anatta, then yes, there's nothing you can really do about it. To be attached to them will just be useless. Or to have any cravings for them will not be, always. You will not always get what you pray for, because nature is something that you cannot control. So if you don't want any dukkha, then you don't want to have any cravings for them.
But you keep the conventional truth behind is for like practical reason. Like,
well, yeah, when you deal with people, then they don't see themselves as the absolute truth. They see themselves as a conventional truth. Like when you go to Vietnam, you speak Vietnamese. You don't speak other language. You have to speak the same language to people you
to follow the rules, but I can't speak Vietnamese. But I understand what you mean.
The absolute truth is more for yourself, to let go, to have no attachment or cravings toward anything. But your conventional truth, you have to use it when you meet people, do things with people.
Like Ajahn still like have so much compassion to us, and you still have so much commitment to the Dhamma, like come to teach us, even though you're not yours, you have the flu. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, anything sweet?
Yeah, Ajahn, just have a question. Do you know what's the reason behind like Som that established the school, like Puru school?
Oh, I think maybe because he was poor when he was young, and he saw the importance of education, especially with the Buddhist perspective. And he sees the school nowadays in Thailand has gone more international and less religious. So he saw the effect of how young children have lost the basic Buddhist knowledge, like being grateful to their parents, like being respectful to the elders, and like, keeping the 5 precepts, and things like this. So they don't teach in Thai school anymore. Not like before. We still have this Buddhist teaching in Thai school, but since the world become more global, and the trend is to separate religion from the secular.
Wow.
So nowadays, children are not teach the moral concept of Buddhism or charity concept of Buddhism, or respectfulness or gratitude to people who are nice and kind to them, like their parents, teachers. So I think maybe this is why he decided to establish a small school, really, just 3 classes, 3 grades, 7, 8, 9, junior. And he also wants to help the poor children from poor families. So I think that's the reason why he established this school.
I heard from my friend Ajahn that you recently donated a truck. Is it a truck to the school? They need.
It's a pickup truck. Yeah,
truck.
They can use for sometimes teacher have to report to the provincial authorities. They have to report and send report to the educational authority in the provincial town, which is about maybe 100 miles from the school. So And the old one, the old truck that they have been used for 20 years and it's not quite reliable. Sometimes it breaks down along the way.
Oh.
So I just want to facilitate the teachers that they can do their work fully.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn, for telling us about the school.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
All right. Alfredo from Sao Paulo.
Hi, Bante. Your
How
voice
are you?
is different. Your
Yes.
voice is different, Bante. You are looking.
I am anicca. I am anatta.
He's looking for a machine. He's looking for Jana, Bante. No emotions in your voice.
Yeah. No emotion.
I don't.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't like, but is beautiful. No emotion, Bante. Is more enlightenment. Is more no asavas. Your words is perfect with a tranquility voice. Is perfect to understand Dhamma. But last week we are talking about neutral feelings. The voice is more neutral feelings, né, Bante? It's different our word, né, Bante?
So like I mentioned before, feelings and equanimity are not the same thing. Equanimity is the state of mind that is devoid of any emotion like love, hate, or fear.
Yes.
It's not neutral feelings. Okay.
Yes. I understand a little, Bante.
Yeah, you have to practice meditation to get to ubekkha, and you understand.
Yes.
What the mind is like when it's become perfectly still.
Yes. The feeling is a result, né, Bante? Cause and effect, né? The feeling is a product of upekkha, né, Bante? Is a cause and effect, né?
No, feelings are effects of the changing conditions around you. What you see, what you hear, keep changing. And so they keep changing your feelings. Sometimes you have a good day, bright sunshine, you have good feeling. Sometimes you have cloudy days and you have bad feelings. This keep changing. They are work of nature. Like they are anatta, they are anicca, they keep changing. And you cannot control them. You cannot tell them to only give me good feelings. Yeah.
Yes. Upekkha is more the wisdom, né, Bante?
Ubekkha is your reaction to your feelings. You react without any emotion. You just merely know what's going on, but you don't react with emotion like love or hate or.
It's wisdom, né, Bante? It's wisdom.
Well, it has two levels. One level is mindfulness or jhana. And then the next level is wisdom, to see them as anicca, anatta.
Yes. Bante, I broke my cocks.
You broke your cart. What happened?
Yes. I ride in swimming pool.
I see.
I take my my cintura, my quadril in floor and broken.
Broken your what? Broke your what?
My coccyx.
Or your bottoms?
Yes, coccyx. Coccyx is the in the quadril. Coccyx. It's all seen on. It's difficult to sit.
I see.
I don't sit now. When I not sit, when I stand up is okay. When I sit, pain.
It becomes painful.
Yes, when sit, only when sit. Coccyx is a bound of quadril of my cintura. The name is coccyx.
Okay.
CEO X.
CEO-X, cox.
Yeah, coccyx. Yes, is a difficult part of body. Difficult to do.
Is it backbone? The backbone?
Yes. When year to okay. It's
to
difficult.
Fix it, yeah, takes time.
Yes, it's difficult place to fix it. But it's okay. Only.
When you sit, so you don't sit, you lay down.
Yes, it's impossible not sit, né, Bante? Now I'm sit. But the doctors say to me when I have pain, not force, né, Bante? Not have pain.
Okay.
It's good to stand up or lie down. Yeah. To meditate is bad for me, né, Bante? I like to meditate sit. Now I meditate stand or lie down, and lie down is difficult, but we sleep, né, Bante?
Yeah.
It's a little difficult.
When you lie down, it's comfortable, so you lose mindfulness very easily.
Yes.
Okay, and I hope you get well soon.
Oh yes, Bante.
All right.
But it's okay.
Yes, anicca, it's anatta.
Yes. I don't stop do my things, Bante. If pen, normal pen, I do my things. I not rest.
Okay.
Because
it will be worse if you don't do anything.
Yeah, if I rest 1 year to the same. Is not coccyx is difficult place.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Okay, thanks for the explanation about wisdom and upekkha.
Okay.
I confund upekkha with feelings. With upekkha is bad feelings or good feelings or neutral feelings. And upekkha is more wisdom, né? But upekkha is more height. It's more height, né?
Yeah. Excuse me. Okay, next, Piao and Indira from Toronto.
Hi, Bante. I can hear your voice. Looks like you got laryngitis, most likely viral. So maybe the resting the voice might be good thing at this stage. Maybe I don't want to ask too many questions today.
Okay.
Leave it to Indi.
Yes, Bante. Please take good care of yourself, and thank you so much for coming today. So that seeing you itself is a huge blessing. Thank you.
Okay, no comment, no question today.
I have a few questions, but I don't want to tire you.
Don't worry, it's okay.
Okay. So when you talk about equanimity, I think it's a kind of a that too is a perception. I guess it's not emptiness yet. It's approximate to state of emptiness, but it's not there yet. But it's a kind of a when the mind becomes fully satisfied, fully fed with the rapture of jhanas, rapture of bliss, mind, like after having a good meal, like soon after you feel that's it, like feel just, you don't react anymore, you don't need anymore, just like satisfied, that's it. Contentment, yeah, it's fully. Yeah. Is that the kind of a perception you kind of I mean, that's the best way to, it's hard to describe it, I believe.
Yes, it's contentment, really. Ubeka is contentment. You feel full, you feel satisfied, you feel you don't need anything.
So the jhana is actually feeding the mind, because the mind is still...
With contentment, but only temporarily.
Yeah. Temporary.
After you come out, your defilement start working again. Your cravings start to work, and so you feel you need something.
Yeah, hungry again. So Bhante, the other question, like a very quick one is, now we talk about absolute truth. I think we touched this last time. I asked a question before, how to be in that absolute is very hard because we live in the conventional world. Also, people can get angry and annoyed when you talk about convention, like the absolute truth, to a person who has little wisdom. For example, so it could be a wrong speech, and that case, for example, it is true, but it's not beneficial, and also it's not timely. So therefore, it's when you, I mean, then they might think you are not compassionate. You are like too rough. You're trying to push your, whatever and so you got to be careful. I guess you have to be very sensitive to applying the absolute truth to the conventional world. I guess so. It has to be very subtly introduced. I mean, does it make sense? Just
You don't really have to tell anybody about it, really, if they don't ask you. If they don't ask you, it means they don't want to know.
Unless they're ready.
So it's wrong speech there.
It's good speech, but it's not the right time.
It's the right timing, yeah. True, it's true, but not beneficial or timely.
Yeah, it's useless because the person who listens doesn't want to listen to what you have to tell. That's all.
Yeah, they might think you are crazy.
Yeah. They might want you to talk about the stock market or what to invest in.
Golf or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a. I mean, so it's a Kalyana Mitra is the only one. I guess is there. If you pick a Kalyana Mitra, that's okay because he's interested in Dhamma. He's the one who wants to progress in the path. But other than that, it's very difficult to have a conversation about. So you have to still in a way you are living in a delusion, like you're feeding. You talk about, say, somebody talks about game of golf or something like that. So you carry on with it. It's like inside your heart, it's a waste of time, but you just have to carry on with it because you live in the conventional world. But the absolute truth is something, it's a perception of the feeling of playing golf. And if they are rejoicing on whatever a thought or a label they had before, like a perception, right? But you can't really tell them off. So you still have to carry on with it.
Well, you have to wait for someone to come and ask you what's the absolute truth. Then you can tell them.
That's what I tell.
And you don't have to, right? You know it, you just can be with it. Like, it. That's all you need to know, right? It's a wisdom that takes you there through equanimity, I guess. You don't need to share if it's not necessary, right? I guess.
You share to those who want to be shared.
That's right. And also
it's like giving money to somebody who doesn't want it. What you do with the money? You put it back in your pocket. Right?
Yes, that is true. That is true.
And it can be like they can get irritated and get angry too. Like maybe it can happen. Yeah, like I've done this before. I've stopped doing it anymore because.
That's one of the tendency of Buddhists. When they start to learn something different, they want to share it with other people.
Yeah.
Not even knowing whether the other people want to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
To you or not.
After a while, you learn through your experience.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
The more you practice, the more silent you become.
Yeah.
Because you belong to the silent majority. silent minority, really.
You become element.
Yes. And also you become secluded more. You realize who are the Kalyana Mitras, and you know how to stay away from things that you don't want. Because sometimes it is difficult. You get agitated otherwise, so it's best to be secluded and do your own thing, own practice, than unless somebody really wants to know.
That's right. You're focused more on your practice than other things.
Yeah. People might think you're not a social being, or you're not social. What's wrong with you? I'm not anymore, coming for parties and stuff. But
can't help it.
And as long as you're happy within, you don't need that external entertainment, right? That doesn't matter really.
You just tell them I'm a practical meditator. That's all.
That's true.
Bhante, just maybe it's a long question. Maybe is it okay, like a technical one? If I ask, may I ask something?
You can, but I may not be able to answer it though. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. Just thinking about the avijja, paccaya, sankhara. We talk about the paticcasamuppada. Before the senses come into play, you already have thoughts, sankhara, right? So because of your avijja. So I think it's something we call in science, we call it predictive, error prediction. The senses does not have direct access to the brain. Brain does not have direct access to the senses. So the mind has to predict error for survival. Say if you see a piece of wood, you think it's a snake, but mind is already making thoughts before even you perception of that piece. Then we go see it, whether it's moving or not, or it's not a snake. So it's interesting how the science too is now saying already thoughts are there. So these could be asravas, which like perceived memories from the past, which is popping and helping, or in a negative or positive way. These are the memory prediction for the mind to react and the senses to pick up and go on with the whatever the papanya you make. Does it make sense? The astras, maybe this is changing what we are really seeing. Like it's coloring the real perception through the senses.
Well, as far as the process is concerned, is avijja really means delusion. And with delusion, directing your thought will go after things that is harmful to you, but what you think is good for you. So the mind will tell the thought to think about sensual objects, because they find that when you have sensual objects, you have pleasure, you have happiness. So the mind then go to the body, because you need the body to be able to access the sensual objects. So from sankhara you go to vijnana. The vijnana is a connector between the mind and the body.
Okay.
And then when there's connecting, then the mind will be able to receive or perceive the 5 sensual objects when they come into contact with the 5 sensual organs.
Okay.
And when they are contact, there will be feelings, good feeling or bad feeling or neutral feeling.
Yes.
And then there will be cravings.
All right.
Or desire for those objects. Either positive cravings or negative cravings.
Negative cravings.
Yeah. And then when you have cravings, then you become attached to those things that you crave for. And it then makes you want to have more and more of it, which we call power, more becoming, more of the same thing. You like to eat something, you keep ordering the same type of food, right? Every time you go to a restaurant, you like this dish.
Yeah.
So every time you go back to the restaurant, you order the same dish. And this is power becoming.
Becoming.
But then with this becoming, then this will propel your mind after the body dies to go look for a new body, to continue with this process again.
But if you don't die, it continues, right?
Yeah, you continue until your body cannot serve you anymore.
Yeah.
Then, but your craving for the same dish still remain in the mind. So your next life, you go look for the same dish again.
Yeah.
So this go on and on endlessly.
So you might become a fly in that dish one day.
Yeah, you have to stop the craving. See, once you can stop the craving, then you stop the attachment. You stop the becoming and rebirth.
Thank you, Bhante. I think
Thank you so much, Bhante.
We'll let you rest.
Yeah, please get some rest and get well soon.
Yeah, there's still other people waiting too. I can rest now. Okay, it's okay. I enjoy it. Don't worry.
Sorry.
May the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem be with you always.
Okay. Happy to serve you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. May you get well soon. No questions from me right now. Maybe later.
Thank you. Sulan, also from Singapore.
Hello, Ajaan. Nice to see you tonight. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You give me a moment. Hope it's clearer now. Yeah. Ajaan, your voice is different, and you reminded us just now again that it is this is anicca, anatta. Yeah, and it's a very good reminder because I forgot about it. Yeah, thank you for reminding us how to see this better. Yeah.
Okay, you got any question?
I don't really have a question. Then just wanted to share that just now you mentioned that about the nature of work. It is a very helpful reminder. It means if someone is nasty to us, it is their nature of works that they are nasty to us. And if we feel angry or sad, it is the effect of experiencing this change of these changes, and it's also the nature that we feel dukkha. I thought it's a very good reminder.
Okay. Just see everything as a work of nature. Yeah. Sometimes nature gives you good things, and sometimes nature gives you bad things. Nature give you good people, and sometimes give you bad people.
Yeah, nature gives us good people and bad people sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to learn to cope with it.
But if you can meditate and have equanimity, you don't need anybody. You can be happy with it by yourself. So that's where we want to go, is to practice until we have equanimity or contentment. Then we don't need anybody, good or bad people, doesn't matter. Because we can be happy alone.
This is a powerful statement. I should write it down somewhere, because somehow I still my heart still clinging on that I need to have someone to be happy, and it's not a good thought to have. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good reminder.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll go to the next person. Okay.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Next,
Okay.
Kun Tipawan from Idaho.
What is Mangala Sutta? I heard you mention more than twice in Thai.
It's 38 steps to Nibbana. 38 steps to get to Nibbana.
I see.
So if you follow the 38 steps, you get to Nibbana eventually.
Thank you.
Okay.
May you get well soon.
Okay, thank you. Diana from Wales. Did you enjoy the coronation? Whatever.
I did. It was wonderful. Did you see any?
No, not at all. Just saw some photographs in the newspaper, in the news feed. I didn't go watch it or anything like that.
No. Lots of history.
It's like watching a show, really. Nowadays, it's just a show, really.
Lots of horses and lots of soldiers. It was good. I've been really busy with work and family, and felt like I had lost some mindfulness and equanimity. And I always come back to when you said to me, challenge yourself to do nothing, because it's really helpful.
Yes, the challenge is not to do anything, just to be still. If you cannot still your mind, and still the body first. Force it to sit in one place for many hours. You can. Then you will automatically also force the mind to be still.
And I've also been thinking about cravings and how insatiable our sensory cravings are. And I was reading something, and I sort of realized that the more we give in to cravings, the more habit forming they are.
Yes. The more you crave for something, the more you want more and more. The Buddha said the cravings have no limit.
No.
The Buddha said the ocean, regardless how big they are, they still have shores. But with craving, there's no limit, no shores.
And the only way we have to counter
to resist refrain from doing it.
And develop mindfulness and equanimity.
Yeah, to have contentment. Once you have contentment, then you can resist your cravings.
I'm reading your biography as well. So I'm at the beginning when you spent the year at home before you took your vows.
Ordination, yes.
Yes. So
I was fortunate to discover that my problem is my cravings. So I know my enemy from the start.
Yes.
And when I read the Four Noble Truths, I said, okay, the Buddha said exactly this. Your craving is your problem. Not anybody.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it comes from inside. I hope you are better soon, Ajaan.
It's up to nature, really. If nature wants me to be better, I'll be better. If it doesn't want me to be better, I will be better. But I can take it both anyway, because I have no choice. With nature, you have no choice, right?
No.
Okay. No, don't worry. Just keep calm and have equanimity, and then everything will pass. Good or bad things come and go. But your mind rests in peace and contentment. That's all you want. That's the safest place for the mind to be. Because nothing can touch the mind once you have equanimity or contentment.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes. It makes life a lot easier to be happy.
Yeah, it's so simple, but we just don't want it. It's not something complex to make us happy. We need to have this and that. We have to have lots of things to keep us happy. But in fact, you don't need anything to keep you happy.
Mm.
The less you have, the happier you'll become.
Yeah, they are all burdens.
Yeah. When you have it, they become part of your possession. Then you become attached to them. You worry about them. And when you have nothing, then there's nothing to worry about.
Mm. 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 Thank you.
Okay. Next, Apalachita from Dubai.
Good evening, Ajaan. And of course, I do wish that, yes, nature heals you soon. So I hope you get better soon. Just a thought came to me, like often, like, a good relative of mine, and she's very, I know why she's like that, because she had a very difficult childhood. And yet she kind of is harsh in her speech and very aggressive. So she's making bad karma, but she's not really aware of it. So that's for so many people, which is kind of sad.
That's delusions. They think they're doing great things for themselves when they're really hurting themselves without knowing it.
Yeah, and it's like, then it's kind of sad because at some point you understand why they're like that, but there is no real, like, okay, we are all here, at least we've got a glimpse of the Dhamma, which is possible. But there are many people like that.
You have to look at them as a work of nature, then it's okay.
Okay. And trust that one day they'll figure it out.
Maybe one day maybe in the next 500 million lifetime or something.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I guess.
Or maybe one day they might run into the Buddha, and maybe the Buddha will say some word and that can wake them up from the delusion.
Yeah, well, that's magical then.
Like the story of Angulimala.
Yeah.
Angulimala, you heard the story. He thought in order to be great, you have to kill 1,000 people. But when he finally met the Buddha said, you're killing the wrong object. The object that you should be killing is your defilement.
Yeah.
And then he got the message right away.
Yeah.
So he stopped going after people to make himself great. He go after his own greed, hate, and delusion, his own defilements. So in short time, he become enlightened. So sometimes for people like this, they might have to run into a Buddha.
Right.
Otherwise, they will continue on their delusional path, on and on, on and on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's not worry too much about other people. Okay. Worry about ourselves.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Celia from Peru.
Peru, yes. Hi, Prajan. Really nice to see you. And many thanks for being with us despite that you're a little bit unwell. I don't have any questions right now.
Okay, good. I'm getting better. So.
Oh, that's good.
Next to go to Somchai in Pennsylvania.
Good. Yes, Captain Ajaan. First of all, I would like to thank you and appreciate Sawi and Czech had Canada first or some to give this book. And I read this book. I compared that you are 10 years older than me, but I still 66 years old. But you look like a little younger anyway. So, and I have that and I learned. I always, one point at time, and when you was little, went to school in Thailand, you disagree with Catholic church somewhere, then look like same thing with Edison to so they can get out of school, and also Tesla disagree with Edison also about that. So in the meanwhile, I try to mention that is from that beginning until now. So I start and learn until I said, that's what beginning the person who know what to do from very, very basic about this. So I try to say, and I try to mean it that said, it's anything not make sense. Like you first, I think it's 15 years old, about then the book said. Then 15 years old is something not make sense. You will not you will not get along with. So I read this and I thinking about that all the time. I read all of this, but some of them I can remember, but not all yet. So I would like to say in my mind, and I also thinking while I'm asleep, I try to get meditation and try to calm me down. Like you said, the body, or you cannot control, and also all of my kids, you cannot. It's not all yours. It's not. That's what you told me. It's not. You cannot control. You not own them. So it's make me calm down a lot of this. So I would like to say it again and return to you and what we call a homework. So that's what I enjoy.
You let go of your attachment to your children.
Right. So thank you again. I used to study about all of kind of physics, like all this, but the happiness is in heart. So thank you again. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Julia from Sweden.
Hi, Bante.
Yes, can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay,
perfectly.
So I was wondering about the 10 precepts. I sometimes follow the 8 precepts, like once a week or something, but like long term, I'm interested in this 10 precept option, and then
okay, go ahead.
And then you're not using money.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, is there some way to practice that also periodically, or like before you take the vow, somehow lessen your attachment to money?
Yes, you have to be where you don't need to spend money to apply this precept. Like if you become a monk or become a novice, then you're provided with the necessity of life. So you don't need to have any money to go shopping for food or clothing or anything like that. But if you're not ordained, as a monk or novice, then you have to still rely on money. But you can use it just for the essential. not to use it for your sensual pleasure. That's all. Not to buy sweets or chocolates or things that you like to consume. Only buy what your body needs. Then you can more or less consider to be keeping this precept also. Or unless you can go live in a monastery. In Thailand, there are monasteries in which you can live, and keeping the 10 precepts. Because you then can live on the food from the monastery. Then there will be no expenses for you. There's no reason for you to have money. But in Thailand nowadays, this is frowned upon instead of being looked up as something noble. People think that you're becoming what you call like a leech on the monastery, eating from the monastery, but they don't see the true meaning of not having money, not spending money and living off whatever is given to you. Because it can be looked at the other way. Sometimes you have people who are lazy to work and they say, I will live in the monastery and get free food and things like that. And this is how in Thailand people will look at people like that. And they just go to eat from the monastery. But the main purpose is to prevent us from having money, because usually when we have money, our cravings start to come up, right? What should I do with my money? What should I buy? Where should I go? And all sorts of things, which can be harmful to your practice. But if you have no money, then you don't know where to go, because you can't go anywhere because you don't have the money to take you there or buy anything. So this will help to curb your cravings. The 8 precepts is actually 9 precepts. With the 7 combined into 2. One entertainment, the other is beautifying the body. So, and sleeping on a hard bed is the 9th precept, really, in the 8 precepts. But I don't know why they like to keep it 8 instead of 9. You can try it if you want. Say, today I'm not going to spend any money, not shopping online or do anything like that. Or buy only things what your body needs, and not what your craving needs. Buy it out of necessity, not buy out of cravings. This will help you. This will help you save a lot of money. So when you don't spend much money, then you don't have to work much to earn money. Then you have more time for your practice. Okay.
Okay. I need to leave right now, but thanks a lot to everyone for having me. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Join us again next time.
I will.
Okay. Christine Koe from Penang.
Good evening, Ajaan. Happy to see you prove that you are very well. I mean, getting well. Yeah, actually, a few days ago, I saw a YouTuber and a Facebook. They used to introduce food, a YouTuber. So at night, I saw him post a page. Then the next day, the news came out. He died very fast. Like it's out of my mind. Like oh, how come a person can die so easily? Or it's due to heart attack. Just like Lord Buddha said, Anichang, every breath it counts. So it's really like not on me, really anicca. So if in this kind of situation, if we like might face death anytime, so our mindfulness should be keep on like in our heart, always say puto puto puto, or be always stay with the one who knows, and continue maintain the mindfulness.
Yes, the contemplation of death can help stimulate your practice. Instead of being lazy when you think about you can go anytime, then you say you cannot just take it easy anymore. You have to put in as much time for your practice as possible. Because you can go anywhere, maybe tonight or tomorrow. Then when you die, you will lose the best opportunity of your life. Because it's not easy to come across the Buddhism, to be born human and come across Buddhism. Your next human life there might not be Buddhism existing in that world anymore. So this is the best opportunity to do the practice. So why waste your time on other things? Other things can give you temporary happiness, but practice can give you permanent happiness.
So if anytime happen to us, we might die anytime. So if the moment come, we still just stay at mindful and always like.
It's easy to say, but if you don't practice, you don't know.
Okay. Yes.
If you keep practicing, then you know what happened when you die. If you can stay calm or not, you'll find out. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Next, Sirion. Sirion, where are you from?
นมัสการค่ะพระอาจารย์ from Singapore ค่ะ
Okay.
Wish you have a speedy recovery. I keep it short. I don't have any question about the practice today, but I have another question because of my friend asked me that in like other religions, like for example, Christian or Catholic, they have a Bible, a book for people to start reading as the beginner. And every Sunday, they'll go to the church and then have someone to teach them. And how about the Buddhism? What book that do you recommend the person as a layman to start reading on that? And where can I find that book? Because I told my friend that actually in Buddhism, we also have the book we call it Phat Thai Pidok, but I'm not sure that there is a translation in English. And for me as a Thai person, I think to read the Phat Thai Pidok is also quite challenging because of we need to interpret ourselves. So we need to have Ajaan to teach us as well. What do you recommend? Which book they should start reading if they are foreigner?
If they're foreigner, you mean English, reading in English language?
Yes.
They can search the word, what is Buddhism? Start with that in Google. And then they'll find out about what Buddhism is, what the teaching is.
And is there any like a special book as a reference, like for example, like a Bible for Buddhism?
Well, see, the Bible for Buddhism is the Tripitaka in Thai called Phat Thai Pidok.
Yes, correct.
But it's a very huge volume, not easy for beginner to get into. So they have people who will try to condense the teaching. So like I said, just search for the word, what is Buddhism? And then they can find and start reading from there. And then they can expand their search for more. Once they start reading something they don't understand, search for the word that they don't understand. They have to do some research, really. There's plenty of information in the internet.
Yep. Huh.
Or if they like, they can go into my website, ajaanssuchart.com, and download my books from there.
ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะพระอาจารย์
Okay. All right. Next, I think it's time for Facebook now. Okay, Facebook or YouTube.
There's one question from Facebook, Thanajan, and the question is from Lee Tek Hua. Hi, Prajan. What is Buddha teachings on filial piety? What is the best way to practice filial piety today? Thanks, and may Thanajan have a speedy recovery.
You just have to serve your parents. Treat yourself like a servant. Look at your parents as your master, and try to serve them, help them, whatever you can, and respect them.
That's all, Thanajan.
That's all. Okay. We have more questions from the room. Raise your hand, and we can go to you.
Okay, Diana.
Diana.
Hello.
Again, go ahead.
I was going to ask you last week about the realm of demigods. I don't really understand that realm. I just wondered if you had anything to help me on that one.
See, the mind, when it's attached to the body, we call it the mind. But once it's detached, we call it the spirit. And they have good spirit and bad spirit. Due to the good or bad karma performed by the mind during when the mind is still alive. So this will create different types of spiritual beings. Some depends on the intensity and the amount of good or bad karma the mind did when it's still alive, when the body is still alive. So we have different type of spiritual beings, and we give them names like hungry ghosts, and we call them angels or Brahma, or these are the names of the spiritual beings that we that they become once they die, depending on the good or bad karma that they did. Like if you in this lifetime you did more good than bad karma, then you go to the heavenly parts of the spiritual world, which can have many levels depending on the amount of good karma you did, like charity, morality, or meditation. This will give you the heavenly type of spiritual beings, will make you heavenly spiritual beings. On the other hand, if you do more bad karma, then you will be in a lower realm of existence. Your spirit will become like a hungry ghost or hellish being, because the bad karma will produce a lot of suffering in the mind. So this is what we are after we die, whether we like it or not. So that's why the Buddha say, avoid doing bad karma and try to do good karma. Then your mind will become a good spiritual being, happy spiritual being, which we call heavenly beings. If we did bad karma, then your mind will be bad spiritual being. So this is what the mind becomes once the body dies. One is separate from the body, because the mind doesn't die with the body. The mind now is attached to the body, not being part of the body, it's just attached. So so that it can receive information from the body, from the sensual organs of the body. That's why the mind can see and hear just like the body does. But the mind knows what it's seeing. But the body doesn't know what it's seeing. The body is like a camera. It takes picture, but it doesn't know what picture it's taking. It's the one who takes the photograph, who knows what kind of picture the pictures are. That's all. That's how the mind and body works. The mind depends on the body in order to access the sensual objects, because the mind is addicted to sensual objects. So they have to keep having new body. Once this body dies, it will exist as a spiritual being for a while until the good or bad karma that sent it there expire. Then they will then come and get a new body. And then continue the same process over again. Only way to stop this is to practice the bhavana section, purification of the mind, using samadhi and wisdom. Then you can get rid of the cravings that keep the mind attached or addicted to sensual pleasures. But it has no sensual cravings, then it is not addicted to sensual objects. So it doesn't need to have a body anymore. So it doesn't take rebirth. It exists as a spiritual being forever. And happy, being alone and happy, with contentment.
Thank you.
Okay. It sounds scary, but it's not really scary. It's the best. It's the best position to be in.
I understand. I feel I understand, like hungry ghosts, when we just keep wanting things.
Yeah, you're becoming hungry ghost.
Hungry ghost already.
Can't stop eating, can't stop wanting.
I just wasn't sure about the demigod realm. I didn't really understand the concept.
I'm not sure either, because the word demi, what does the word demi define?
It's like
smaller gods.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there might be the happy gods, but they're on the lower scale of existence. Not like the Brahma or the Devas. These are more higher spiritual.
More God.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe. Yes, that makes sense.
That's all. It's all the mind, the spiritual being that we become, depending on our good and bad karma.
Yes, it's good to think about.
This is where we're gonna be when there's no body. You can already have a taste of the spiritual world when you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, the body dies temporarily, right? You cannot use the body to access the sensual objects. So the mind has to rely on the good or bad karma.
No cravings when we sleep.
You have cravings. So you need to have what we call the sensual objects, the mental sensual objects, not the physical one. The ones that you maintain in your memories. That's why you dream, like you dream of having a good meal or going to places. You still have cravings.
Yes.
But you cannot control these dreams because it's under control of your good or bad karma. If you have good dreams, it means you have more good karma than bad karma. If you have bad dreams, it means you have more bad karma than good karma. Right now, if you're still alive, you can do something about it. If you think you have more bad karma now, you should try to do less bad karma and do more good karma.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, funnily enough, my husband has nightmares sometimes.
Yeah, it means it's bad karma. It's working on his mind.
Mm. I should tell him.
Yeah. That's what happened when we live in the spiritual world. We live in a dreamy world. Everything is like a dream.
Mm.
But we don't know it's a dream. We think it's real. Right? When you're dreaming, you thought you were real. It was real. You only realize that was a dream only after you're awake.
Mm. Do you think the more we contemplate on the good things and the happy things, the more we experience them?
No, you have to do it. Thinking about it is not sufficient. It doesn't impress the mind. It doesn't stick with the mind. You have to do the action. Stay on with the mind.
Mm.
So if you can think, I'm going to donate $1,000 today, but you don't do it, what's the difference?
But some people, they spend all their time noticing bad things, don't they, and moaning.
But as long as they don't do bad karma, then you still have too much of it.
Okay. So do it.
The action counts. That's what we call karma. Karma is action by body, speech, and mind.
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Next, Coxswain, you raise your hand.
Yes, yeah, Prajan, I'd like to ask another question. There's this development that is bothering me, and that is the Russian-Ukraine war, which has been ongoing for more than a year. So there is this irritation at the back of my mind, thinking, oh, why the war still haven't ended, and the war has been the cause for a lot of the inflation, prices going up and so on. So there is this impatience in the mind, or want the war to quickly end so that inflation will go down and so forth. So, but I know that this is not the correct way of thinking, that all these are work of nature. So as a Buddhist, what should be the right thinking that I should have?
Meditate and be content with what you have. And, you cannot change the world. You cannot change nature.
Sorry, Prajan, when you say meditate, are you referring to the contemplation meditation?
Mindfulness, both really. First, mindfulness meditation. Then after that, you use contemplation meditation to teach the mind that everything that exists in this world is just a work of nature, something you cannot interfere or change. Then your mind will become peaceful and accept things as they are. Right now, your mind doesn't want to accept things. Your mind wants to change things, right? You want to change the world. Can you stop the war?
No.
Okay. So you become stressful, restless, and agitated. When you can see that this is the work of nature, there's nothing you can do about it, then you let go. Say, okay, let it be. It's like a storm. You don't like the storm, but it happens. You cannot stop the storm. One day the storm will run itself out. No worries. We have First World War, we have Second World War, and we have all kinds of wars. After this war, there'll be another war somewhere else. This is the work of nature, created by the defilement. Really, this is created by our defilements, our craving.
Okay, I will try to contemplate along this line.
Okay.
Thank you, Prajan.
Anybody else? Okay, check.
Ajahn, just now about the filial piety, you said that we should treat ourselves as a servant. But I've also heard that you talked about treating ourselves as the earth, like anybody can step on us to lower our ego. So meaning we treat ourselves as a servant with everybody, Ajahn, and then like, is there any special with the parents that we should do?
Yeah, you do them, you serve them. So with other people, you don't have to serve them, right? You just change your attitude of being somebody great to become somebody down to earth, like earth. So whatever people think or say of you, you don't get hurt. You don't get angry. But as far as your parents is concerned, you have to serve them. You have to look after them. Treat them well. You should not live better than your parents. That's basically what we should.
Okay.
And respect them also.
Oh, that's what you mean. It's like with other people, we don't have to.
We just change the attitude.
Change the attitude.
But with our parents, we have to, besides the attitude, we also have to put it into action.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification, Ajahn.
Thank you. Did you feel pity when you met your parents? You end up quarreling with your parents?
Never. I try. I try very hard. I think I'm good as a daughter.
All right.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you, Dada.
Anybody else?
We have some more questions from Facebook.
Okay.
There are 2 questions from Facebook, and the first question is from Catherine. I have a question to need your advice, Maha Ajahn. I have a Dhamma friend who follow me to Mahindama temple in Penang to observe precepts on Ubosatha Day. She's been following me twice, and I feel that she didn't realize observe precept and instead concentrate more on her phone. And when during eating time, there's regulations to follow, like some spoon used for cooked vegetable and not for eating rice, but she did what she wished and ignored it. And when I refer back to the regulations of the temple, she get mad at me. So from this, I'm stop her from going the next coming Ubosatha Day. May I know, am I doing on my action side correctly? I feel and see myself, she's not interested in learning the path at all. I told her I'm not going to take any responsibility on her behavior. And also her attitude has been disturbing me also. She will not take any advice from anyone. Please advise me because I need to improve myself too. Thank you.
Well, if you cannot teach her, then you just have to stop and leave her alone.
And next questions from Meta Vandana about the bad dreams. I have been having some bad dreams, but in the dream, I hear myself saying Dhammang Saranang Kachami over and over. It happens 3 times already. Can Ajahn comment on that?
Well, it means you have some ways of dealing with your bad experiences. Whenever you run into bad experiences, you might keep reciting Buddho, Dhammo, Sangho or something. So that also appears in your dream.
That's all,ท่านอาจารย์
Okay. Looks like everybody's happy tonight. Everybody's happy to let me go and take a rest. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your participation. I hope this meeting can help you understand better and practice better. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I hope to see you again next week at the same time. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you, Kunla.
Thank you very much,
Bye,
Rajan.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Nook. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You too. Don't want to give my book. Don't want to give the book. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Professor. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you. You too.
ขอบคุณครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
Good night.